What's up, guys? I'm here with Walking Dead discussion. This one's gonna be on Bonnie and Mike. I want to discuss some things about them, what they did in the season, and everything else. So I might as well start off with Bonnie. This isn't like a versus thing. This kind of like a discussing between them because basically Bonnie and Mike became my two favorite characters in the season in episode 4. They definitely, it's the reason why like Mike for me is above Kenny. He won me over in episode 4 with other stuff, but I'll get to that later. So moving on to Bonnie, starting with her first. So obviously she was with Carver in episode 2, and in episode 3 she realized Carver was bad and helped everyone escape, which is a good thing. She had she kind of a nice person. She really is. She thought that Carver was this good guy who's doing all these good things. Then she realized that he was kind of like messed up, and so yeah, so Bonnie's basically morally great, like morally nice in her mind. So moving on to episode 4, whenever a little thing that be going around, people saying that Bonnie was bitten if you deny going through the ticket booth to open the door. As you know, if you deny it, then Bonnie will reach through and the walker will grab her, and then you see like a giant mark on her face, which looks pretty damn bad. And then Mike asked to go check on her, and she's like, no, I'm fine, and she's holding her arm back. So people thought that she was bitten, and obviously no, she's not, because if she was, then I'm pretty sure Bonnie would not hide it herself, and she would have turned by now. But the reason she decided to hide it is because, if you know, back in 400 Days, she was a druggie. She was addicted to some drug, and well, she got off of drugs. And as you know, druggies get scars and all that kind of stuff. So she didn't want Mike to, see her scars and, think of her as a former drug addict. So that's why Bonnie hid her arm away, because obviously she didn't want to think about her past anymore. She done some, questionable things in the past, like drugs and stuff like that. So that's definitely why, she wanted to hide her arm from Mike and everything. So moving on to at the end of the episode where she's pointing at Maud and possibly gonna kill her. So I definitely think that Bonnie will be the one to actually, she kind of like a nice person. If she were to die, she would die for Clementine, or she would die protecting someone. So personally, I don't see her dying, but if she does die, then she would definitely die, like go out as a hero or something like that, or because she wanted to make up for what she did to basically to Walter and possibly Alvin. So she wanted to make up for that. Possibly if she ends up dying, then it will be for a good cause. So hopefully she takes out Maud and kills her. That'd be great. But anyways, moving on to Mike, we'll talk about him a little bit. So in episode 3, he came off as a pretty mean guy, to be honest. He wasn't that mean. He just wanted to get his work done, but then everyone wasn't really acting right, so that gave him a reason to be mean, I guess. In episode 4, which won me over so much, is that he was so eager to help out. Like when we were in the museum, he didn't want to go back empty-handed, which is a good thing because he cared about his group. He knew that he didn't want to go back empty-handed and bring nothing. So definitely he's an eager person, and people were kind of thinking that he's trying too hard to be liked. Now definitely that could be a factor. Mike could be trying too hard, but definitely he isn't really, I don't think he's really worrying about what Kenny and everybody else think about him, because he's more of a background character, to be honest. No one really cared, like not no one, but Kenny and Luke aren't really caring about Mike and Bonnie. So Mike's basically in the background. He wants to prove himself, bring himself as someone important to the group, showing that he is useful. And to me, I think that he is like slowly getting up there. To me, he's definitely a useful, nice dude. He cares about the group. He wanted to come back with more supplies and everything. So definitely that is a plus in my book, because we need some people who are eager to help out the group, and without Kenny or Luke to do that, then all we have is Mike. And I say that he's doing a great job. Even if he's trying too hard, I don't care. He definitely won me over this episode. So on to the ending where he possibly could die. Now if you haven't seen my prediction video. Go check that out. I talked about, you know, possibilities that Mike could die because of the ending whenever, you know, Vitaly had a shotgun and he could possibly kill Mike. I really hope, you know, I really like Mike. He's my favorite male character in the group right now. He definitely is my favorite, and you know, just seeing that he could possibly die would make me feel so sad. So hopefully he doesn't die, and hopefully everything turns out good, because I really don't want to see him die. I don't know. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, if you guys do like Mike or Bonnie, or both of them, because they seem to be the only two level-headed people in the group. You know, Kenny and Luke are always arguing, and then we have Bonnie and Mike. They're nice to each other. They're freaking normal, and then it's just so good to have them in the group like that. It's kind of like whenever we had, you know, Carly and Doug. Well, they didn't really talk, but still, they're just so nice to each other. They're not arguing. They're level-headed. So that's why I like both Mike and Bonnie. They're so nice and helpful. So if you guys do like them, tell me down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.